Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Monday. It is now 9 o'clock, at least for us here in the Eastern time zone. I see Kyle saying 7 p.m. For some of you, it's probably 7. I wanted to kind of jump right into this today and get started because, like I said last week, I'm going to be doing a draft today. This is a really exciting format for Magic. I really like the way the draft works. And basically, when you draft, you're going to open a certain number of packs. When you draft in person, you're going to actually open those packs with other players. Just like when you play a board game, a drafting board game, you're going to look at your cards in that pack, take one, pass the rest, and then get another pack. And you're going to do that in a circle until everyone has drafted cards. And then usually you'll do that over the course of 3 packs and have 45 cards. Now, for Magic the Gathering Arena, the draft is very similar to that, except you're not actually drafting live with other players. You're actually drafting against an AI. So you're going to have the full spread of cards in that pack, and you're going to get to choose one. And then the AI is going to simulate. And then when it gets back to you, you'll have a smaller amount of cards to choose from. And we're going to be doing that a few times until we have enough cards to potentially build a deck. Then we're going to take that deck into a match and see how well it does. Now, a draft usually lasts a certain number of matches. In paper Magic or at a store tournament, you're going to, play X number of matches, and whoever has the best record at the end is going to win. Since you're playing online against everyone, it actually just looks at your total win record. And you can earn prizes and packs and money and things like that just for playing. So that's exciting. So thank you guys. I know we have a couple people here in the comments already. I really appreciate that. Love it when you guys comment. Pierre, hopefully you can watch a little bit of it, but if not, you can always watch it. It'll be up on YouTube. So I want to jump right in because I don't want to go super long. So let's do this. And you'll see here again on the main page, you've got all these different options. Now, this Brawl is a new thing that they just launched. So if this Brawl is still happening next week, maybe that's something we might look into doing. But for tonight, we are doing the ranked draft. And when you're playing in a draft in Magic Arena, what I really like is you don't have to pay money. You can pay the currency that you have earned while playing the game, which is really nice. And if you do well enough in the draft, you can actually make that money back and then just keep on drafting as long as you don't do well. Or as long as you keep doing well. So let's jump in here and see what my first pack looks like. So all right, we're going to join the draft here. And this is my first pack. I know that my head is kind of blocking one of these cards for this, so sorry about that. You'll notice they always sort the cards automatically for you. You have your rare up here, and then you'll have your uncommons, and then all your common cards. Normally, when you're drafting, some of the cards that you might look at that are really good aren't great for the draft format because you're not going to get to build the deck you want to build. You're not going to have all the crazy combos and draw potential and things like that. So cards that cost a lot, might not be the best. And something like this Midnight Clock, that's a really great card, and I might consider drafting it just to have it because everything you draft comes back to your personal collection after the draft is over. Pierre, yeah, when you build decks, you have all the basic lands. So you can use as many basic lands as you want. A deck has to be 40 cards. So you're going to look at something like, I don't know, maybe 15 lands in there. It just depends on the way you're building your deck. So I'm not none of these cards are jumping out at me as being amazing draft cards. Now, some of these are pretty good. This is pretty good right here. Just because it's a 1/1 for 1, it's something I could potentially get out on the first turn. But I really like this guy right here. He costs a lot, but he has double strike. And the thing about a draft format is you're playing other people that aren't building optimal decks. So sometimes a 4-mana creature, which is a lot for standard Magic, it might not actually be that bad for a draft. So I'm going to skip the rare. I'm actually going to do this guy. So then I'll be getting another pack from the next player. And you'll see this is the pack that they have. They drafted their rare. That left me a couple options here. Now, as you see, I already drafted a red and white card. I can either keep drafting white cards, red cards, or I could just go for something else. I actually really like this Ginger Brute, for example. This guy is, it's funny. I mean, we talked in previous episodes about this new set, Throne of Eldraine, which is kind of like fairy tales and things like that. So you have this gingerbread man who you can eat, which is kind of funny to me. Let's see what I'm blocking here. Return to nature. Now, destroying artifacts and enchantments is really powerful. There's not a lot of ways to do it. So I might want that one, but I notice I've already gone kind of red and white, so I might want to look at what I've got here red and white wise. This is pretty... I love drafting, but I have to go. Thanks, Pierre, for watching. Thanks for commenting. We'll see you next time. I'm going to grab this Ogre. I know that's another 4, but you know what? We'll see what happens here. And again, I have another Fireborn Knight. I could draft 2 of those and like just really kind of focus on a Knight deck. Here's a spinning wheel. This is mana generation. This might not be a bad idea. There's not a lot of mana generation in this set, but I could get a smaller white creature since I'm doing kind of red-white here. That's not necessarily a bad idea. Thrill of Possibility is a good one too. So this isn't the best grab right here. Let's grab that spinning wheel just in case. And eventually you're going to end up back with your original pack. So I don't have that yet. I like this Beloved Princess. Lifelink. I'm already kind of going... It's starting to come together that I'm liking this red and white kind of feel. So Youthful Knight is nice, but this Beloved Princess can't be blocked by bigger creatures. And it has lifelink. So I'm going to grab her for now. And let's see, I've got this Trebuchet here. So not anything red or white here. So I'm going to maybe, because you don't know what you're going to get in your next pack. So let's see if I can grab something that's going to maybe help me with these color combinations. Maybe that Return to Nature. Just in case I do decide to go green, I'll want that. I can get another Beloved Princess here, which is kind of nice. I can also get the Scarecrow, who I don't love this Scarecrow. He lets me get mana color, but it costs 2 to get 1 mana. So it's mana fixing if you're really in trouble. I don't like it. I don't want to use it. I don't want to have to rely on it. So let's see. At this point, I'm left with basically commons. I really like the Reaper of Night. I really like this Bloodhaze Wolverine. Whenever you draw your second card, if only I had kept some of those other cards there that let me draw, but just in case I get more of those, I'm going to grab that Bloodhaze Wolverine. I like this one, the Thrill of Possibility. So that's a nice little combo. If I can get more of these Thrills of Possibility with that Bloodhaze Wolverine, whenever you draw your second turn, it gets +1/+1 and First Strike. First Strike is really great. If you don't know, First Strike, like it says right there, each creature deals combat damage first. So it can deal damage to something without taking damage in return, which is really nice. So not a lot here. I'll grab the Drawbridge because I can fit this into basically any deck. It's not a bad pick. Well, I'm back with that Ginger Brew here. This is pretty nice. Gives me a +1/+1 counter. I do like that Ginger Brew, actually. But I like that Fortified Positions better. I'm really wondering what I'm going to get with my next set here, like my next pack. Right now, there's really nothing left. So I already grabbed some green, so I'm just grabbing some more green. In case I do want to add some green to that deck, I'll have some options. And I'm stuck with that. So that's pack 1. Straight into pack 2. Very different from my first pack. I really like this Knight here. This is also another 4-cost Knight, so I don't know if I want that, but now I can maybe do some red, white, black, or I could just stick with white because this can be cast with either white or black, which is an interesting combination. I'm going to grab that guy. I like having creatures. You really want to have creatures in this game, or in the draft format, because it's hard to get around not having them. I like this. That's a mana fixer. Plus gives my creatures +1/+0. So I will definitely be holding on to that. This is a great way to get rid of an artifact or enchantment with white in case I don't go green. I kind of want that because you don't want to get in trouble. You don't want to get stuck with an enchantment you can't beat. So I know you guys are probably looking at these cards saying, oh, I would have drafted this very differently. You probably would. You probably would have. It's okay. I do feel like we're drawn to certain colors, and we kind of like to play those. So here's another one of those fairy tale cards, Blow Your House Down. That's a pretty good card, actually. The Trebuchet is pretty good, too. Just sits there and slowly does damage to each opponent. I do like that Trebuchet. It's a defender. It can block flying. And that 1 damage, can't be dismissed. That could eventually really add up. Let's see what we got here. We want this Shining Armor because we're doing white for sure. Well, this is pretty good. It's used to cast a knight or equipment spell. I have some knights. I don't have all knights. If I was building like a knight deck where I had a ton of different knights, this would be really good. But it's not. So let's grab this fling. This is a good, like, possibly game ender. If I could just fling one of my guys at the enemy and just kill him off, that would be pretty good. I do like the Dwarven Mine. It's an extra land, that common land, but it can create a dwarf potentially if I have, well, not going heavy red. Maybe I don't want those. In case I do black, let's grab this Lash of Thorns, because I still don't know what my last pack is going to look like. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to want. Let's take that other fling. Here's another, we get some more red creatures here. That's good. This can turn into food, the bartered cow. A little Jack and the Beanstalk reference right there. I really like it. It's a common card. I've never used this card, but I never really looked closely at it, but I really like that artwork there. But if I'm sticking with my red and white, I want that 1 cost red card. That's really good. And here I have a little 2 cost. You want a little like low guys that you can just play out. I already have 2 flings. I don't think I'm going to need more. I'll just take another drawbridge. I guess they want me to take this Prize Griffin. I mean, this is a lot for a 3/4, but flyers are potentially rare in a draft format. They might not have a lot that can deal with flyers. I honestly don't know. So, guys, I'd love to know what you think so far. What kind of deck I should be putting together. What are the cards that I should be using and cards I shouldn't be using? Because I'm definitely looking at well, I ended up with that Tournament Grounds anyway. So, I mean, it produces 1 colorless on its own. So, it's not that bad of a deal. All right, my last pack. I can have another knight, another small red guy. I kind of like what I'm doing with the knights here, so let's continue on. That glass casket gets rid of an enemy. Create a white, oh man. Lots of options here, but it's a little too late for me with this Love-Struck Beast. This is a really cool card. I really actually like this card. I like the theme behind this card. Chris says casket. I know that casket it's really good. Like, it's really hard to say no to that casket. Removing creatures from the play field is really powerful. Well, I've got a lot of knights, so this knight seems like a good pick for me. There's a black knight. Now, if I was going, I didn't really go heavy in black. I could have done black, white, red, and really gone in on those knights. Here's another one. This one taps creatures, then comes in as a flyer. Pretty good. I don't know which one will make it back to me. This one might potentially make it back to me if no one drafts it. So I'm going to take that veteran and hope that I get that other one back. So I'm definitely, at this point, I think I'm definitely not doing black, and I'm not doing blue. I really don't want that Griffin. Man, again, if I'd had these green cards earlier, I probably would have built this deck heavier with the green, but I didn't see that coming. So let's just throw that Gingerbread in there, because he's not a bad thing to have with a 1/1 that just drops in. I'm going to grab this other Trebuchet. I kind of like having those Trebuchets in this deck. This is kind of boring right now. Like, I don't like any of these. I guess I could do Golden Egg just to gain some life, but I don't love it. Maybe I'd rather have the creature. This is a tough choice for me. I'm going to go with the creature. I don't think you can never have enough creatures. I like these Wolverines. Let's grab that Wolverine. Probably going to end up with another one of these tournament grounds. I guarantee it. But nothing here is really jumping out at me. So let's grab that princess. Now, you don't have to use everything you draft. I'm drafting a lot of things right now that I'm definitely not going to use. So, well, this weapon rack will give my first strikers some +1/+1 counters. But this is pretty good. I like these red cap raiders. Let's just grab them just in case. I don't know that I'm going to use them. Right now I'm just basically, since there's not a lot left, I'm just grabbing cards I could potentially use. I could also grab cards that I want for my own personal supply, so I could, whatever. It doesn't really matter at this point because none of these are really going to make or break me. So I'll just take whatever's left, and that is it. So hopefully I didn't make a terrible mistake. Now, it automatically builds you a deck here with everything, which I don't like. So first of all, I don't want any of the blue cards, and I don't want any of the green cards. So let's just try to keep this white and red. And if you notice, it automatically will give you lands. Like, it automatically adjusts. So really, I want to take out 11 cards. I don't have to do this. I could run a deck with 51 cards. As long as it has 40, you're good. However, I want to make this deck really tight. I want to increase my chances of drawing some of my game enders. I really want to increase my ability to draw the Fireborn Knight and the Resolute Rider. I really wish that second Fireborn Knight had come back to me. I'm having real second thoughts about not drafting that Fireborn Knight when I had the chance. That was a tough choice. So, Beloved Princess, I don't need 3. I think 2 of those would be fine. Oh, I don't want the Lash of Thorns. I have no black. Let's see. Drop. I only got one of these throwing possibilities, so these Blood Wolverines don't really... None of that's really going to help me. I really like these Wolverines, but there's better cards I can draft. And if you look up here, it's going to actually show you what your deck is looking at right now. So like you have 1, 2 through 6 possible mana cost. I have a lot of 2 and 3, which for a draft, that's not bad. My average is 2.5. However, what that means is I don't have a lot of high costing creatures, which means I'm going to have to end these games fast before my opponent, before my opponent comes and kills me. Because if they get their giant creatures out, that's it. Now, I could potentially use this fling. Let's see. Shedding Armor automatically equips to a knight and gives it some protection. First strike there. Crystal Slipper just gives +1/+0. I might add that in later. I've got to get 40 more cards down. Oh, have that Memory Theft sneak in there. I like this Crushing Drawbridge to give my characters haste. It's giving me 17 lands right now. I don't know if I want 17 lands when my average mana cost is 2.5. I don't know if I need 17 lands. So I might actually drop down to 16 lands, but I don't know. That Ogre's the biggest thing I've got for kind of a last minute hit. Oh, that Knight of the Keep does nothing for me. I'm going to drop him. And I need to drop 2 more creatures. I really want to keep these Beloved Princesses here. I have 4 creatures that cost 1. This means hopefully I will have 1 to play on the first. Actually, I have 5. I don't know about that Ginger Brew. I'm dropping him. Sorry, Ginger Brew. And that brings me down to 40. So... Oh, wait, I accidentally dropped the Glass Casket. I want the Glass Casket. That's 41. Maybe I only want 1 Crushing Drawbridge. We'll try this. Now, the benefit of this format is you can actually come back to this screen in between matches and you can change around your deck however you like. This is the same way that they handle Paper Magic or like a store tournament. You can come back and you can actually still continue to use the cards that you drafted. Everything that you don't put in your deck basically becomes a sideboard. So we'll see what happens here. I don't know how comfortable I am with this deck. I wish I had gotten, you can get some planeswalkers and some really great mythic rares. I didn't get a single mythic rare in my packs, which is sad for me, but this is what happens. So, all right, that's my deck right here, draft deck. So you can have 3 losses here, and if you get enough wins, you're going to notice this prize track up here, up to potentially 950 gems in 2 packs. 950 gems is more than the number of gems I spent to enter this draft. So you're actually going to raise money. I think you need something like 5 wins here to come out even. So as long as you get 5 wins, you've paid for your entry. 5 wins without losing 3 times. So I'm not going to play through this whole draft probably tonight because, that's a little bit of patience. Though you are guaranteed to get at least 50 gems in 1 pack, right? So no matter what happens, you are getting something out of this. You're getting a pack. So let's cross our fingers, guys. Let's jump in. In the comments below, let me know, looking at some of those cards I drafted, let me know what you would have done. What kind of deck would you have built? What colors would you have focused on? I could have built a pretty great green deck, but the problem is you don't know what's going to come. And I'm always nervous grabbing a card saying, oh, I hope maybe there's a really good green card that comes later. I don't know. I didn't see a lot of synergy in what I was drawing. I saw a couple combos, but not enough to really focus a deck on. So I'm doing what red and white does best, which is just get a bunch of creatures out really fast and try to pummel down your opponent before you lose. Now I'm going to be playing against another real player, somebody who also built a drafted deck. They had access to similar pool of cards that I did. All of these cards are just from the new set, Throne of Eldraine. You're not able to pull in any cards from any other set, except of course for basic lands. You can bring those basic lands in, any number of them, to build your deck. So hopefully we don't have a terribly long wait here today to play against someone. Looks like we found someone. It's just taking a second to load. Hopefully it didn't freeze up. Sometimes that can happen when I'm trying to make a connection here. So, all right, Kermander is my opponent. Let's see what he's got for me. All right, my starting hand. I do have my... This is not a bad starting hand, actually. I've got 3 mana. I only need 1 more to get to play those 4 drops when they come. Well, the 1 4 drop. The other one needs 4 whites. And I've got my Fling and my Weaselback. So I'm going to keep this hand, actually. This might not be a great option, but I am going to get this guy out if only he had haste. So, we'll see. We'll see what my opponent's got here. They're running black, which scares me. Oh, that would have been a great one if I could have drafted that. I would have really appreciated it. However, he's tapped out. He's got nothing. I've got nothing to play in my second turn, but I'm going to give this guy +2. So I'm going to sneak in 3 damage here before we get started. Man, that Lance is nice. He's going to have a red-black Knight deck, which is probably more what I would have wanted to play. So I can get rid of that Steel Claw here in a second, which I might want to do. Do I want to risk killing the witch? Sacrifice the food, target player loses 3 life. Ugh. He's just going to block. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attack and see if he blocks. If he does, I will just power him up and no big deal. I'll kill this witch. If he doesn't block, then, well, he did. So we're going to trade. So I'm going to power my guy up. We'll kill each other. Not the best solution, but I'm about to get my ogre out, so I don't really care. My ogre I can fling, so I could do 4 damage directly to anything I want here. If I'm willing to. But he does have this food token. He can gain 3 life and go back up to 20. He had a Ginger Brew. Nice. Okay. I really thought about that Ginger Brew going into my deck. It's nice it can't be blocked except by creatures with haste. So we can, pick at me with those little 1 damage. Alright. Take my 1. This is not bad. I'm getting my mana at a pretty steady rate. I'm going to be able to play my Ogre this turn and my Griffin next turn. If I draw my Knight, I will be able to put him out. Unfortunately, my Ogre does not have haste. Which is unfortunate. And he has bacon to a pie. But it's okay. I'm actually not super upset about that. I didn't even see Bake 'em into a pie come up in my entire collection. I didn't even have the chance to draft that one. Hopefully he doesn't have another one. That would be crazy. It happens. It does happen, but that would be crazy. Luckily my True Love's Kiss can actually get rid of Ginger Brew. Alright, well, I know what I want a Glass Casket, if I can get the Glass Casket on this guy. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to block him. Oh, this thing has haste? That sucks. That was a great night, man. I wish I would have had that night. Alright, so what I'm going to do, let's see. Let's exile this. I don't like that guy being so powerful. So he's down to a 5/2. Fortunately, I have no mana left. I'm going to take 6 damage if I'm not careful. I'm going to do 3 to him. I can fling this for 3 more. He'll be down to 11. Problem is he's got these 2 food tokens. He's going to go right back up to 20. I really wanted to do more with the food, but man, he's got a lot of cool equipment here. This is not good for me. I might have to fling. I need some life gaining, which I have that creature with lifelink, but I didn't draw it. So I can get a food token here, but I can't. You know what? Let's do that. I can give this guy haste so he can block the Ginger Brute. And then I can kill the Ember Paladin with him. I don't like doing this, but I'm going to basically sacrifice my Griffin to kill that Paladin. And use this fling in the process. As long as this thing stays a 7/3, he can't give it anything more. Ah, that's unfortunate. Alright, well, fling is happening, because he's going to destroy it anyway. Oh wait, target it. So we're going to fling it instead. Do 3 damage to the Paladin. And his Reef Soul fails. But he's going to put it on the Ginger. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. That was a bad matchup for me, guys. You got to see me get my first win, or loss. Look at that. I'm going to go back and look at my deck and see if there's anything I could have done to avoid that. I'm really not sure. Like, I don't have a lot of other options here. So, like, I can create food token there. A lot of green. Yeah, thanks, David. Sab Trombone. That guy, I mean, the thing about a draft, maybe I just overlooked some choices. You guys can tell me in the comments. He had a really great red-black Knight deck. I mean, he had some great equipment. I don't think I passed on anything that good. So, I almost want to, you know, do another draft at another point. Because I'm really not happy with what I was given. Like, that Glass Casket was definitely maybe the best card I had, which Kyle, I thought about the slippers. If I lose again, I might put them in. I only have 1, so the chances of drawing those slippers aren't high. Only 2 mana. I can drop my Inspiring Veteran, but it's not going to do a lot. I go first, so I'm really hoping that in 3 turns I can draw mana and get this Trebuchet out. So, I really don't feel it. I'm going to mulligan. Alright, this is a little better. So, I have no creatures to play, but I can get this Ogre out pretty quick now with this banner. I have the mana. I could cast the banner on turn 3. That's two turns he's going to come at me. I'm still playing this on turn 4. It's not a huge win for me, actually. But I can give all my red guys +1/+1, so he'll be a 5/4. Yeah. This isn't so bad. Alright, let's do this. So let's pull one of these mountains back. I don't need that extra mountain because I only get 6 cards. So let's see what happens here. I'm not going to do anything on my first 2 turns. And we'll see what kind of deck he has. And I didn't draw anything to play on my second turn, which is sad. I did mention this earlier. The draft format, sometimes you don't have low creatures because you didn't draft any. So he's deciding what to play. Oh, he just hard cast that. I like that I have 2 fortifying provisions here. That's pretty nice. So he's going to do 2 damage to me. Nothing I can do about that. I'm going to choose a color here, red. So all of my red creatures get +1/+0. And a creature that's red and white also counts as red. Ever since Kyle mentioned that, the slippers, I'm like, man, I really wish I had the slippers. Alright, well I have my knight with double strike. That's pretty great. Too bad he doesn't have haste. Oh, I think I want him out first. And let's hope that that my opponent here didn't get a bake into the pie. Like, why is everyone getting baked? Oh, but he has the glass casket. That's fine. He's going to remove my knight, probably. Oh, with mana cost 3 or less. I think he just made a really big mistake. Glass casket can only remove smaller creatures, and this guy's mana cost is 4. So I'm going to give him a little oops. I think he knows he made a mistake there. Alright, do I want to throw the ogre out, or do I want to get my +1? So, because right now, theoretically, they could kill him. We'll see what happens. Let's put out the ogre. Let's attack. He's got double strike, so he's got first strike here. Oh, they didn't take it. They took it, so that's good for me. And I'm really waiting to see if they have that bacon to the pie, or what they've got there. Lonesome Unicorn I could have drafted. I probably should have. I was hoping it would still be there for me when it came back around to me, but I feel like every time I looked at 2 cards, my opponent took one of them. Like the opponent draft, the AI draft, took the cards I was looking for. But yeah, right now I would be really liking those slippers. If I could have slipped the slippers onto the Skullknocker Ogre, he could have attacked last turn too. I don't know what my opponent is thinking about here. He doesn't have enough mana to play the Lonesome Unicorn. You can't see. I might have to relook at the way my frames go here. So, I created some little creatures there. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 mana, so I can do this. And I can still pump this guy up. So that's pretty good. I'm just going to attack with everything and see what happens. See what he does to block. If he's smart, he would block this. With those little creatures. That, oh, he's going to triple... Oh, he's going to... Okay. Alright, that's fine. I don't know what his plan is. He definitely killed my ogre. That is for sure. Took him down to 6th life to do it, though. I don't know. Oh, nice. I may sacrifice a creature. If I do, I tap it. He gains... I don't want him to gain... No, I'm not going to do that. I don't care what happens here. So theoretically, I will kill this troll if I attack it. I will have 4. I will do 4 damage to him. If only I had a fling. I'm actually going to hold off on this. I'm going to wait and see if I can get that fling. Because if I get that fling, this guy is almost guaranteed to be dead. So I'm not attacking with anything. If I had known he had this, I might have said white for the banner. All these goats would have been 1/4. Alright, create a food token. She can make me lose 2 life. That's fine. I'm actually not super worried about that. I'm not going to feed him a goat. He can attack me if he wants. He's not going to. Where is my fling? That's really what I'm waiting for. So, next turn I can use this banner to tap the troll. I don't have enough mana to do it right now. He must know that that's coming. I don't know if he's watching closely or not, but he has to know that's coming. Let's see what's going on here. I mean, I'm not drawing it out. I'm waiting so I can fling him, because if I attack now, he's just going to block with that giant troll, which would suck. Because he would just kill my knight. Like, my knight's not tough enough. Oh, he's going to give something flying? No. I'm not going to feed him. I'm just waiting for him to attack me with that thing. But starting next turn, I can tap with the spinning wheel. So, I'm actually kind of looking forward to that. I'm not going to play this Griffin. I'm going to give him one more turn. Because the board skid's getting a little scary. It is. I don't know what his plan is here. I don't know what he's got coming at me. But I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold off. I'm going to use the spinning wheel here at the end of his turn. Tap that troll and then tap something else. Probably the first strike knight here. I do not want to give life to him. So if he was smart, he'd attack with the flying creature and at least do it down. Oh, he is attacking for 8. Nice. I'm not doing anything about that. I will, however, block with one of these goats. Doesn't really matter to me. He did some damage to me. That's fine. At the end of his turn, I'm going to do a couple things. So I'm going to use a spinning wheel to tap a target creature. Let's tap the first striker. I don't want any kind of trouble with them. So he's got 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. And I could do 3, 4, 5. And let's eat a food token while I've got it. Why not? Eat my food token, gain 3 life. I like this trebuchet, but it's going to take up valuable mana. I've got 7 mana. I can pump this guy up to a 5, which is enough to kill almost everything he has. I don't have that fling, though. But I can start weaning down his forces here. So let's see what happens. I'm just going to attack with that knight and hope he doesn't have some combat trick or something. I really wish I'd drawn that. Oh, nice. Okay. Well. Okay. Except I'm going to then tap it again. Didn't want to do that. He has to block or he's dead. So he's going to block with his flyer. No need for me to pump my guy up. So, however, I unfortunately only have 2 mana left. So, or 3 mana. I do have 3 mana left. Alright, so I could theoretically play this trebuchet. And I will play that trebuchet. But this means he's going to come at me with this giant troll again next turn, I imagine. Yeah, he's getting scared now. Yeah, the board skid is a little scary here. And there's his glass casket. He can get rid of the trebuchet. There, he got 2 glass caskets in his draft. No, I'm not going to do it. He can come at me. I'll block with another. I'll take 5. I really want that fling. He's just creating things left and right. I'm just not drawing what I need. So now he can do 8 damage. That's scary to me. Let's see what happens. I don't like this board state at all. I'm just not drawing what I need. I keep drawing mana here. So I'm okay with him losing his people. I'm just not... So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. I can pop this food to gain a little bit of life here. I can survive another attack from that troll. Or I could sacrifice my prized griffin and only take 2 damage. Yeah, of course, he's coming with the troll again. Let's block here. I really wish I had some of that equipment right now. Or that knight that gave my other knights +1/+1. Let's do that. Yep, and then... Give it my turn. Get rid of the token. I want that extra life. Wow. Little late in the game for me to get that, but at least it's a lifelink, so I will get 1 mana back from that, which is really nice. Alright, I guess we're just going to rinse and repeat. So they could fly over the top for 3, but then I risk dying from that troll. If he goes all in and attacks me with everything next turn, he could potentially kill me. So we're going to see what happens here. Did everyone get a bake into the pie but me? That's my question. And I don't have a fling. I don't have anything I can do about that. This is where things are going to get really bad for me. I gave it a good fight, guys, but I didn't get in my draft those cards. Like, I didn't get a single bake into a pie. I don't know how everyone I'm playing has got them. That's rough. Still got my flyer, though. It's not the end of the world. And I've still got my spinning wheel. But I don't like the fact that I'm at 9. Like, that scares me. Like, he has 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 right here that he could come at me with. He's going to throw... Yeah. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. This thing has vigilance and he's still not attacking with it. And I've got nothing. I guess I might as well just see what happens here. Fly over his head. If I can do this 3 times, he's dead. I guess he does have a food token. None of these things have reach. Oh. That's a bummer. Still, he's at 6. It's getting there. My beloved princess could give me 1 life back with that lifelink. Let's do this again. Let's just keep on tapping that troll. I don't want that troll coming at me at all. Alright, so he's doing 1, 2, 3. He's doing 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 to me. What can I block and still survive this? So that'll be 3, 6, 7. 7 would be enough to kill me. I need to block one of these 3s. That's too bad. I'm only going to get 1 more turn. Unless I can draw something really useful. These both have vigilance. I need that fling. I have 2 of them. And there's only a few cards left in my deck. I have to block a 3/3. I'm going to take 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'll gain 1 back from lifelink. So I will survive. Luckily. Oh, awesome. Flying protection from white. Well, I got my fling. Too late. Or is it? Actually, no, it's not too late. This is not white. This is an artifact. So, let's use this to tap. Creatures can't attack you unless they pay 1 for each of those creatures. I think I'm still good. So I can pay 1. Let's have 1 floating so that I can attack. Yep. Pay 1. I thought I already had 1 floating. So I'm going to do 3 damage, and then I'm going to fling my prize griffin at him. Ah, that was intense. 1 health, guys. I was at 1. Yeah, this is my... I'm still bronze. This is my first draft. First ranked draft, actually. So, yes, I had to start at the bottom with bronze. I've never done a ranked draft this season. So, that was a little scary. I think Kyle was right. I really missed the glass slipper. Granted, my chances of drawing it aren't great. I'm wondering what I didn't really feel the need for. I'm actually going to drop those guys. I'm going to put in both the glass slipper and the thrill possibility. Switching things up. You know what? I was waiting for that fling. I was like, I was like, give me one of those flings. They're in there for a reason. Like, that's my game ender right there. If I could have flung that knight when I powered him up to like 4 or 5, that would have been huge. Instead, I had to cross my fingers and hope. And you know what? It paid off. For the most part. I didn't lose. So let's see. Let's see if I can do that again, guys. There's a little bit of luck when it comes to a draft. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of luck when it comes to what you get in your packs. Which is why it's not, you know, it's not a super punishing format. I mean, they're giving you a lot of prizes just for playing. And it's not super expensive to enter. I don't know what the real world equivalency of the gems I spent is. Maybe like 15 bucks or something. So, all right. I like this a lot. I've got a bunch of things I can do. This guy's going to have to wait a little bit to play. Because I've only got 1 white here. But he's kind of a game ender for me. With that lifelink and indestructible. Oh, look, my beloved princess on turn 1. This is all I've asked for. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater, so hopefully he doesn't have one. Oh, nice. Okay. So it's now a -1. And he has a beloved princess. What is happening here? Well, let's do that. I want my veteran out. I don't want his beloved princess to do... I'm at -1, so there's no point in even attacking. However, this is still a human and can feed these red cap raiders. I don't know what's happening here. He's going to do some trick. Maybe he wants me to think he's doing a trick. Whatever, he can have the help. So let's see what he would do. Alright. Let's throw out my red cap raiders. And then I'm going to come in with my veteran. Nice. Okay, see, that's what he was going to do. I knew he had some trick. That thing untaps too. That Silver Flame Squire is great. Now that I passed on. It didn't seem that great to me, but that ability is pretty good. Okay, awesome. And then he gets to play it. So it's a 1/1. He can't do anything with it now. Oh, my power's 3 or greater. That's all unfortunate. But I do have another beloved princess here, so that's pretty good. So let's throw out the fortifying provisions, buff up my guys, throw out this other beloved princess. Things are looking a lot better for me. Let's let him attack. And since this beloved princess is not... Oh. You may tap an untapped non-human. Didn't even give me the option to tap that. He has the prize griffin. I don't have my prize griffin. That's going to be a problem. Let's do it. Let's get rid of that Resolute Rider because he's blocking Resolute Rider with this Sorcerer's Spyglass anyway. So let's just drop that and get 2 more. Ah, there's my fling. I could fling this thing for -1 damage. Let's put out my Trebuchet. That'll be nice. So when this thing attacks, one attacker. There we go. You may tap a... Oh, non-human. I completely misread that. Alright. No wonder it wasn't letting me tap the princess. You know, reading comprehension is a good thing. Wow. So he's going to do quite a bit of damage here to me. He's back up to 20. I can do 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I can do 8. He could potentially kill me next turn. Well, not really. I could block with that princess. And I have my food token I can eat. So I think I'll be okay. This is going to cost me 2. I've got 5. Alright, let's do it. I think I can survive one more round here. Let's attack with this guy. And that guy. I actually don't want to do that right now. I want to do my 4 damage. And then this thing can just chill out here and defend for me, which is nice. Let's hope he doesn't have another one of these Silver Flame rituals. That's another really great card. Oh, great. Creatures of that chosen color get +1/+0. Let me guess. He's choosing white. So, that's 12 right now if he comes at me. But I can block a lot of it. Alright, so this... Nope. No, I don't want to do that. Here's what I'm going to do. This is going to block that. This princess is going to sacrifice herself to block that, and I'll take 5 flying damage. Ouch. He is back up to 19. And that was lucky for him. Alright, well I'm going to do that. Do damage to him. Put him down to 18. I would eat my food token. Back up to 8. I could potentially do 3, 4, 5, 8 more. That's not going to be enough. 3. This thing had double. If this was my double striker. 3, 4, 5 damage. 6, 7, 8 damage. And he's at 18. Because this stupid beloved princess with the counters on it. This is a great card, that Silver Flame Ritual. I wish I had seen that one. Man. Now, some of these things are... Yeah, I know. It's telling me I'm running out of time. Well, let's hold off. Let's let this guy go. Because this thing is only a 2/1. It can't hurt me. So, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to attack and see what he does. Just going to take it. That's good. I like that. I don't know what he has in his hand. Oh, it didn't even... That was my chance to do that, I think. Alright, so 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's doing a lot. So how do I want to do this? I really needed to get rid of this princess a long time ago. But either way I spin this, I think that's game for me because I didn't do my spinning wheel in time. I was too busy talking. I didn't pause the game. You can like pause the game to do your thing in between, and it didn't let me pause that. So 3, so that's 5, 10, 14 damage coming at me. I mean, I have to block or else it's game anyway. So I guess I could block and hope and see what I could do here. So let's block. I survive at 2. Again, he keeps gaining life with that thing. I could do 3. This banner is not going to save my life. It means I can do 8 now. which 8 would have killed him if it wasn't for, you know, all of the life gaining that he's been getting from having that beloved princess. Well, whatever. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just going to do it. Say I did it. I definitely did over 20 damage to him. So that's game for that. Well, I'm looking at 1 win and 2 losses right now, which isn't great for this draft deck, but at least it's give you guys an idea of what it is to draft and what it's like to draft, because it's right around 10 o'clock right now. And even while I was playing with my draft deck, I was still earning experience points for my mastery of this set, which is, you know, something that it's tracked up here. And I'm still getting gems and packs and things like that just for playing. I'm going to save my packs for next week. Next week, if this brawl is still happening, we will do the brawl. I don't know if it will be, but this brawl is a really interesting new format. You're actually like, it's like you're taking a planeswalker and building a deck around it. So you would normally do this in like EDH. You would take a like a rare creature or some kind of creature and set it aside and build a deck around it. But you're doing that, but with a planeswalker, you can only have 1 copy of every card in your deck. So I haven't even started to think about what my deck would look like for this brawl launch. I really like those Royal Scions, and I really think I could make a deck that works with them. But I'm going to do some research and look at my cards and figure out what I want to do. So as long as this is still going on, we're going to do that. So guys, thank you for watching the draft. Thank you for your comments and for letting me know what you think. And again, leave some in below. If you're watching this later, I want to know what I did wrong, because I probably passed on some really good draft cards that you would say, oh, why didn't you take X card? Now, if I had seen those bake into a pies, I probably would have taken them and gone black, but I didn't see any. I'm going to go back and rewatch my own stream and see the cards that I passed on. Hopefully I'm not like, oh, I was an idiot, I could have drafted that card. But this is how you learn. I mean, I'm not, you know, I am not a top tier Magic player at this point. I'd like to get better and better and better, and I'd like for you guys to join me on the way. So again, thank you guys for watching and commenting. We had definitely more people watching than who commented, so we're going to have to do something. Maybe we'll have to start giving something away like we do on our Wednesday stream to get people commenting and engage with the stream. Just because things are generally more fun when I'm talking to you and not just at you. So anyway, guys, let me know what you thought about the format. We will probably do another draft at another point. Kyle says he wants to see another draft. I feel like I need another chance to do better. Maybe draw some better cards. I'm still probably going to do an episode where I just open up a bunch of packs too and we just see what we can get. So that's going to be coming up here sometime in the near future as well. But until then, you guys have a great Halloween and enjoy. Come back on Wednesday at noon. We're going to be doing something a little spooky for our live stream, which is something I'm really excited about. So guys, take care, and I will see you then.